Signature Plus
Want your windows, blah, blah, blah.
By
No, thank you. No, we don't want any of those in the shed, do we? That's ridiculous. I borrowed Jock's hat tonight because it is chuffing freezing. Oh, in the shed it's about 7:30 in the evening. It is pretty much just below freezing outside. It's going to drop down to possibly -7 where I am. Okay, where am I? Oh, steaming hot brew. Look at that. Oh, look at the beauty. Right. As you know from the last video, thank you for watching, I have the two sills, the crank sills. That needs to go. One needs to go in there. One needs to go in there. The other side of there. And I can put the engine back together. That's what I'm going to be doing in a minute. Then I'm going to undo that nut. I think that's a 32. And get this apart and clean up there. Now, I've been doing homework. I've been doing searching. I cannot get a variator for this bike. So I'm going to have to reuse this old one. And I've also been researching on whether to grease up in here, which I have done already. You can see all the grease oozing in there, or not to grease up, because if you put too much grease in there, or grease in it per se, the rollers, when the wheel when it starts spinning, the centrifugal forces want to push the rollers outwards, which forces this bit in. Yeah, forces that bit in and makes the drive belt do its thing. And this, if you got the rollers are completely creamed up with juice, with the old grease, they're going to be sticky. They're not going to go to the outside of where they're supposed to be uniformly or quickly enough. So I'm going to strip that back down and take the grease out. Perhaps put a dollop of a little bit of lithium in there, just something that's a bit thinner than general purpose grease, which I've put in there. Well, I've caked in there. Stupid me. Okay, I've got a plan. I have a... Oh, hang on. Someone's knocking at the door. Come on, Em. Come on, Em. Come on, then. Oh, lovely. No worries. I'll look for a nose through there. God, I went to go on the burger this morning to go to work. It was blooming cold, and the front calipers were locked on. Who knew? So I give them a bit of a kick with my steel toe cap boots on, and they're kind of freed up a little bit, but they are shagged. They need these new pots and seals in there. Unfortunately, temperature being what it is, I don't really want to catch COVID or flu or anything outside, and it's not enough room to do it in here. Where is he then? Oh, come on in, you come, big Jesse. Come on. No, he wants. I know what he wants.
I know, he wants cheesecake.
Yeah, he wants walkies, doesn't he? Bye. I need to choke on my coffee then. So yeah, I've got a plan. My plan is to fashion a nut and bolt through there with big washers either side, and then I'm going to put it in my drill, bench drill, and I'm going to sand off with a very high number of wet and dry paper on a flat surface. What I mean by that is I'm going to put the sandpaper thus on something that's extremely flat, so as I touch onto this surface here, it will take it off uniformly. I'm not going to have any grooves or anything like that. That must stay at that angle. Okay, so I'm going to see how I get on with that, see if I can just freshen up that face, and I will have to do the same with this one. This will be a lot easier because I can just put literally a nut and bolt through there, and I can put the thread of the bolt into the drill bit, and there you go. So that'll be that. I've got so much to do. I've got so much to do. Enthusiasm is oozing from every pore, which is nice. Another thing I've got to do is port that barrel. I might even start doing that once I've done these few little bits this evening. So stay tuned and don't go far. Go and get yourselves a brew, because I'm going to put you on pause and get some bits done. Okay. Brew. How are you feeling? Okay, here is the bladed side of the Variator. As you can see, it's I showed you earlier, it's got pitted and it's nasty. So I'm basically just going to put an M10 bolt through, like so. Put a washer on there, nut on there, stick it in the drill, and do that. So let's do it. M10. Oh, spot on. Here's a nut I found earlier. Let's just wind that on there. Preparation easy, get it done. That's it. We don't want it too. We want it fairly central. Okay. Okay. Now this bench drill is a cheapy Chinese bench drill, and quality is less than brilliant, shall we say? And in actual fact, it's quite shit. And it's rubbish. When the spindle goes round, it's going like that. So probably it would be better to fit that onto my my battery drill or something, and just that way. But let's give it a bit of a go. Right, something that's really flat. My breasts, that will do it. Let's put it on. No, not there. Let's do. What's this? This is 400 paper. Wet and dry. We like 400 paper, don't we? Right. So I'm just going to literally wind it round my file, my Peter file, and like that. Right, let's see how we get on, shall we? Mind your ears, because it is a bit noisy, this old bangery old thing. I can't believe this. What the chuff is wrong with this? I've got to fix the bench drill before I do anything. What's going on with this? Things are sent to dry us, aren't they? What is going on? Let's fire it on again. Okay. I think there's an Allen key goes in there. Let me pause you there and sort this out. Okay, I found the Allen key. Let's unwind this first gear. As you can see, it's got stepped grooves, so you can increase and decrease the speed of the drill as you wish. Okay, is there another one then? No, it's just one. Why isn't that coming off then? Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try the other one. It's not going well, is it, tonight? Bring me higher, love. Oh, Christ. No, that's not coming off. What is going on then? That's completely free. I have to try and jimmy it out of there, aren't I? See you, Jimmy! Aha. Well, that's something, isn't it? Let's take the belt off. There's not a lot wrong with that. There shouldn't be that much plate. It's a newish drill, isn't it? Anyway. Well, that's spinning. That's spinning okay. So what is the problem? Alright, the belt doesn't look totally favourable, but it's not broken. There's a couple of little scuff marks on there. Right, where were we? So if I gear it in the middle, like what it was, and then put that in the middle groove, like so. Where's the flat side to go with the pinch bolt? There. Okay. What is going on? You get what you pay for, lads, don't you? Get what you pay for. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Right. Take two. Let's have another go. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Hooray! Right, let's have a go. No one saw that coming, did they? I need some spanners, doo-da, doo-da. I need some spanners, doo-doo-da-dee. What's the chances that I've just picked up 2 spanners and they're exactly the right size? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Take 15. I don't want to take too much off because I'll be going warp factor 10, won't I? Ooh. It's looking rather jiffy. I suppose, as it's wet and dry paper, I should make it a little bit on the wet side, shouldn't I? Ooh, missus. Multi-purpose lubricant. That's wet. So am I. I am now. Gently does it. It's looking good, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Luckily it just sits on there at the right angle. This isn't what you wanted to watch really, was it? I didn't expect to be doing this, to be fair. Okay. Keep fingers well clear. You shouldn't really turn the drill off to do this, but don't do as I do. I reckon one more blast and we're there. Let's just turn that paper round. Paper round. I used to do paper round. Who did a paper round? Hands up. Yeah? Yeah. Fridays. Wasn't Fridays a bugger when the sack was about the size of you? Christ. I don't know. Right, let's give it another squit. Okie dokie. Looking good. It's looking good, baby. still here. We're there. What a result. Take a look at this. Well, that is so much nicer, isn't it? Okay, I could possibly get rid of that bit as well, but the pitting's gone. There is no pitting anymore. It's just... I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Okay, I'm going to pause you this, save boring you to death, whilst I get the other part and get that in the two gilly doggly. Right, now to save boring you guys all to death with me doing that other half of it, wherever it is, there it is. I've just gone on and done it, and I was so disgusted with myself on that first piece that I showed you because it still had grooves and stuff in it. It looked like 16-year-old me did it, not 54-year-old me did it. I mean, it's the best I can do without a lathe. Now, no sending me lathes. Hey, E.T., yeah, what's up? He said, I've got a big parcel for you. How big is it? It weighs about 2 tons. What is it? It's a bloody lathe. No. Don't want any of that stuff going on. Well, thank you for your kindness, but yeah, anyway, take a look at these. That's the one that I redoed. So that is an awful lot better. Okay, and here is the adjustable PC. It's jolly nice too, isn't it? So I've had isopropyl alcohol rubbing across as it's going around on my finger, and it's all loads of blacks come off. It's not greasy. It's not slippery. It's got grooves in, so the belt should grab hold of that quite nicely. So all in all, I reckon that's a win, don't you, boys? Now I just need to take that back clutch off and do the same to the two faces on that. Me getting around to porting tonight is looking a bit slim at the moment. It's taken me a long time. It took me about an hour to do that. Which, if you're doing stuff like that, like what I did, and you think, oh yeah, that'll do. No. Stop. Take your time. Rewind. Get it back in the jig and just do it again. Okay. Anyway, that surface is really flat because you can tell, because if you put it against a flat surface, it's flat. Okay. Right, okay, time for another brew, Mr. Magoo. Right, time to get that final drive clutch system apart. And guys, those of you that know about these things know that that nut is done up extremely tight, isn't it? I tried everything. I tried spanners. This is the only tool that got that off. Undid that, and that pops up because it's under spring pressure. I've been told to replace that spring with a yellow one, apparently. I don't know what yellow does. Is yellow better? I don't know. But there we are. I'm going to stick with green. Green looks good. So that's stock. Okay, this should sort of spiral off of there. Type stuff. Now, there we go. So it slides up and down on that shaft. That is quite dry. That is proper dry, that. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to take this apart so I can get in there to those horrible rusty bits and get that all cleaned up, because that is no good and it will shred my poor little belt quicker than you can say jelly. I don't know. Right, let me crack on. How far have I got? Just very dirty at the moment. Right, I'm not even going to sit down for this one. This was on there, as you know, with the spring in the centre like this. Okay, all bolted down together. So I undid that nut easily. Oh yeah, it fell off. It absolutely fell off. Sarcasm is brilliant. Anyway, so there you have this gubbins here, and it won't come off there. It just won't come off. Doesn't matter how you beat it, heat it, or squish it, it just will not come off. And I could not see any way of getting that out. I have removed that circlip in there. I don't know why. I think it's just the bearing retainer. So I will put that back in shortly. So I even tried to jimmy up this oil seal, because there are seals there and in there. See that oil seal in there? Okay, now in there, in between that sandwich and between those two oil seals, obviously is grease seals. This was really scratchy. It got to about halfway, and then that last bit was really scratchy. Anyway, my thoughts are that these seals are gone. This one I will need to try. It looks okay from a distance, but if you squint and look the other way, it's not brilliant. But I think they already failed, because yes, I've masking taped up around the friction surfaces on this clutch plate. This was absolutely caked. This was black, absolutely black, all around there. All that was grease, black, and it seems to be the same colour as this grease there. I can show you all the grease that I got out of there. Yeah, it's my best shirt. This is my Sunday shirt. Yeah, so you can see there. Anyway, I thought to myself, well, I need to get this off, because I need to do work on these surfaces in here. How the hell do I get this off? And I've been scratching my head, and I thought, do you know what? Just get yourself a screwdriver, okay, and do that. And then that pops up, like so, revealing the reason why it didn't come off, because you've got a slidey pin thing in there, because it goes up on a spiral. So now all I've got to do is literally lift that up, pop that pin in, and then slide it out. Up here for thinking, down there for dancing. It's always best just to, before I've gone too far and I've damaged something, and then I've gone to the book and it's gone blah blah, and I've gone, and it's cost me money, because I've had to replace whatever it is I was bodging up. So yeah, with that, I thought, well, there must be some sort of pin system in there locking that spiral plate on there. And lo and behold, there it is. I could have left that seal in situ, looking at it, but now I've removed the thing. When I go to put that back together, and that goes back down the bottom, if I tried to have that seal in there still, and then put it on, it will hit this on the inside and deform all that. I am going to try and look for a pair of seals for this clutch drive unit. If you guys want a head start and have a look for me and let me know where you can get them from, super duper, I will get my hand in my pocket and I will buy some. I've not seen these advertised ever, so it may be that it's part of the whole system, but it must be, I mean, they're oil seals, there must be some somewhere. Have I got any up there in my old box of seals? I don't know. What's that in there? Oh, it's an empty box. Fantastical. No, I don't think so. Time has flown by and I've literally done nothing. Well, I've polished up that Variator, so that's not so bad. It's a bit of progress, isn't it? And I'm getting to the bottom of this. Let me just take this all apart, get it in the paraffin cleaner, and then I will drill it, get in with the wet and dry, get those surfaces nice and plush, and I'm going to see if I can find some oil seals. Okay, comments below please. Thanks for looking, and this is Easy Restorations, as some of you know. If it's your first time here on this site, please like and subscribe if you like what you see. I don't just do motorcycles, I restored a piece of paper the other day. Fantastic, absolutely. It'd been through a washing machine, I put it on the ironing board, ironed it flat as a pancake. Fantastic. Yeah, okay. So I do all sorts of things, washing machines, you know, tumble dryers, hair dryer, anything electrical or mechanical, I will have a go at restoring it. I hate throwing things away. It's true. Right, Catch you in a bit. You bloody bugger. Oh, isn't this a riveting episode? Okay, well I've managed to get that off, and those pieces that were in there don't push in, they actually fall out all over the floor. So that piece, that little sort of guide if you like, spacer, sits in that hole there, and this little piece goes in there like so, apparently. Oh, perhaps not then. Yeah, like that. And that's what you see. You just see that head. But that piece is the same circumference as there. And then the little pin piece locates in there, you see. So as it rotates, it goes up and down. So that's we've got 3 of those. Look, 1, 2, 3. And they all decided to fall on the floor and disappear under there somewhere. So I found them with the magnet. There they are. So I'm learning stuff constantly. I had no idea about that, how they went in, but it's self-explanatory. Why I was missing one of these, so I had 3 spacers and 2 pins. For 2 pins, and I heard it when I was sort of just manipulating it about here. I heard a dunk, and it was in this drawer. I had to literally clear the drawer out, and I found it. So, top tip, I think, for anybody, if you're doing something new, something kind of like this, something mechanical, with springs or plungers, all that kind of stuff in it, do it over a white blanket or something, well away from everything else, so if anything drops out, it's right there on the floor for yourself to see. Anyway, I've managed to rig it up in there with an extremely long M12 bolt, and just look at that. It is really worth separating that to get into that. I mean, that is proper nasty. It should be not horrible. So I'm going to spin that round, get a bit of more abrasive paper on that face. I think this side, this one isn't actually too bad. I will give it a quick finger blasting just to make sure. I'm going to give that seal a darn good clean. And before I put anything anywhere near back together, I am going to try and source a couple of those seals, because what's the point of packing that with grease again, only for it to splay out everywhere and cover the clutch linings with grease, which will render it absolutely flipping useless. And these aren't cheap. So, got lots to do. I might even break all this down, because there is still grease literally in all these holes. I've managed to finger blast a bit of it out using sort of the corner of a rag. In all these, you can still see that there. So that means there is still grease in the crevices, which can work its way out onto the 3 surfaces there, 3 abrasive surfaces. Well, clutch material, isn't it? Friction material. These springs were all covered in grease, so it's only a quick question of getting these E-clips off of there. Just gently jimmying that up, releasing the tension on those springs, and then once you do one, I guess the tension is completely off, so all 3 will just pop up off these 3 pins. Yeah, there they are, there, look, the studs. And completely degrease the whole flipping gubbins. Right, I need to get on the Tinterweb and try and find these seals for a Honda NH80 1992. I think it is, probably 1990 if you're looking for parts. I need a couple of these. What does it say on there? What does it say? N4? Don't know. But all seals have the numbers on them. So 5DO 34 4 5DO. If that was OD, it would be outside diameter, wouldn't it? 34. I'll measure this with a thing that measures things in a minute and let you know what sizes they are. Looks like 2 minus 1 NS. What's that one there say? That's the Honda signage. N20. Well, that's a good 30 odd across there. Where's my tape measure quickly? Let me have a quick look. Yeah. See if we can work out what's going on here. Right, internal. I should have used my vernier gauge, shouldn't I? Really, that'd be a lot easier. Internal is probably 32, 33, something like that, and external 40, 41. I will double check that in a second. So let's see if any of that corresponds to these numbers. NS, near side. Really not sure what that says on there. Looks like 41, doesn't it? $34, yeah, that would be 34 across the internal. 5DO. I'm going to get my vernier gauge on it. The only reason I haven't is I can't find the bloody thing. Okie dokie. I'm going to leave that there because I've got things to find to finish that job. And I've got plenty of other things. I really can't remember when I was a bit back in time now. I can't remember. I got the crank seals, but I can't remember getting the crank bearings. I've had a quick jiffy round here, but I really can't see anything as yet. But I don't want a proper... If I check back from a paper, from the invoice, I think it was from Wemoto actually, so I might look at that if I can find the flipping thing and just check down and see what parts came in that one delivery, because I would have ordered bearings and seals surely. Anyway, so a few bits to do. It's going to slow it up a little bit, but who cares? It's fun in the shed, isn't it? Anyway guys, thanks for looking. Sorry that it was all boring and stuff, but hey ho, got to get your hands dirty sometimes, haven't we? It's not all flowers and roses, is it? Okay, take care, and I'll see you, Jimmy, in the next episode. Tally bye.